1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4.
Kate's in the kitchen, and you're invited too. I'm Kate, and this is my kitchen. It's Labor Day weekend. We're going to cook some steaks on the grill, and to go along with that, I'm going to make my version of Hasselback potatoes. Now, Hasselback potatoes, you take a large potato and you slice about 1/4-inch slices about 2/3 of the way through the potato, and then you pour butter and garlic and herbs in there and put them in the oven. I'm going to do this family style. So I've got 4 Baker potatoes. I've got 2 cloves of finely minced garlic. I've got about 2 tablespoons of minced parsley, a 1/2 teaspoon of minced thyme and rosemary, and about 2 tablespoons of chives. All these herbs are fresh. When you're doing regular Hasselback potatoes, you don't normally peel them, but if it's something with a thicker skin, you might have to make that judgment call. The peel will help the bottom of the potato hold everything together. But because I'm making this family style, I am going to peel. I peeled one of the potatoes and I sliced it on my mandolin on the thickest setting. And now I'm going to lay these into the pan, overlapping like this. Because obviously the pan is much wider than my potato, but I'm going to get a lot of potato slices in here. So you're just going to go left, right, left, right, left, right until you have the pan full. I'm going to keep going. Potatoes didn't quite fill up the end, but to peel a third one I'd have a lot of excess, so I'm just going to slant this a little. And there we got our prepped potatoes. To flavor the potatoes, I'm making a compound butter, except for that it's going to be hot. So I'm going to start with my stick of regular butter. While that's starting to melt, I'm going to put in my garlic. I'm going to add my herbs, parsley, thyme, chives, and rosemary. Now you can use dried herbs, but it's much better with the fresh. I'll give that a quick stir. And then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of olive oil. The olive oil will do 2 things. Right now, it'll keep this from getting too brown because I want to let the herbs steep in the butter. And then when we put them in the oven, the olive oil will help to crisp up those potatoes. So it's all combined, the butter is completely melted. I'm going to turn this down to very low and just let it sit for about 10 minutes. Is ready. I'm going to pour it all over these potatoes, trying to get it in every nook and cranny. So I'm going to be careful and go slowly. You can see the garlic all kind of collects at the end, so I'm going to try to distribute that out. I'm going to cover this with some aluminum foil. And I'm going to put it into a preheated 450-degree oven for about 20 minutes. That'll steam the potatoes, and then I'll take the foil off and continue to bake them, and they'll get nice and golden and crispy. To go with our steak, I'm going to make a compound butter, but it's going to be more like compound butter meets chimichurri. So I've got some butter, a whole stick, a couple of cloves of garlic minced up. I've got some fresh thyme, chives, and parsley. To go with our steak, I'm going to make a compound butter, but this one's going to be more like compound butter meets chimichurri. So I've got a stick of regular butter, a couple of cloves of finely minced garlic. You really don't have to mince it up, it's all going in here. I've got some thyme, some chives, parsley, and fresh basil. This is all going to go into the food processor and get it all chopped up. I'm going to blend the herbs first to get them finely chopped. I'm going to add the butter and blend that all together. I'm going to give it a little scrape down so there's no large pieces of herbs left on the sides. And give it one more whiz. Here we have our butter. I'm going to spread it onto a piece of plastic wrap and kind of shape it into a log. And then I'm going to let the plastic wrap help me do that better. So I can just kind of squish it out. And I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour or so to let it get back to the solid form. And then you put a pat of this on top of each steak as soon as they come off the grill.